is exhausted, Eric. And she's not the only one. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Oh, I'll call you back.
You were going to check on him and I stopped you.
Look, you're not blaming yourself for this, all right? If I hadn't been on that flaming call...
Yeah, I know, but I'm supposed to be looking after him. I mean, you know, just leaves a child in a room on his own drunk. I mean...
You weren't to know that he's snuck more booze in.
I know, but I should have checked him. What was I thinking?
If one of you wants to come in the ambulance...
Right, you go. I'll follow, OK? I'll call my dad and ask him if he can pick up the kids.
What about Arthur? What do we say?
Let's just cross one bridge at a time, mate.
Has there been an accident?
You want to ask your Kathy?
I don't understand what's happened.
Well, judging by the empty bottle of vodka that we found by the side of his bed, which your kid swiped, I'd say alcohol poisoning's a pretty safe bet.
Poisoning? No. How bad is he?
Bad enough that he could have choked on his own vomit.
Yeah, but he'll be all right.
Does he look all right?
Why didn't I go in, give him a glass of water, a paracetamol? Why didn't I go in?
You were running late. Both know whose fault that was.
I know, but I would have gone in. If it was Arthur, I would have taken the day off.
Right, stop it.
It's just that he's lost both his parents. He's on his own, and I just left him.
Right. You are doing your best. We all are. It wasn't you who decided to drink a bottle of vodka, it was Marshall.
Why aren't they telling us anything?
These things take time.
It's because we're not his legal guardians, isn't it?
Right. You heard what the doctor said. As soon as there's any news, we will be the first to know. But you know who should also be here?
Oh, let me guess, the man who drove him to all of this.
Whatever we might think of Colin...
He's still Marshall's dad, yeah. Empty words.
Well, empty or not, no, we can't keep it from him. No, if it was Dottie or Arthur or...
Well, they wouldn't be living with a stranger. They wouldn't be drinking themselves into oblivion, would they?
Yeah, I know. But if we don't do it...
Yes.
The hospital will.
I know. I know what I've got to do. Doesn't mean I like it, OK?
I'm afraid Marshall's still unconscious. He's severely dehydrated, which caused his blood sugars to drop.
But he'll come through this.
He's gradually responding to treatment. We still need to do a CT scan, assess any other damage.
Other damage, as in?
Your son temporarily stopped breathing. And when that happens...
Are you telling me he could have brain damage?
Let's wait and see how things look when he comes round.
Look, there is no point in stressing him out. Not here. Not until there's any news, anyway.
The machine's up and running now, so he shouldn't be too long.
So how long was it? How long was my boy lying in his own sick before you two realised he was comatose?
You can't make us feel any worse than we already do. But if you'd been any kind of father, maybe he wouldn't have drunk himself half to death.
Don't you dare preach to me.
Oh, that's ironic coming from you.
He could have brain damage because of you.
Brain damage? What?
That's what the CT scan is for. But then you'd have known that if you hadn't been off grabbing a latte. Don't you dare shed your crocodile tears. You've known my son 5 minutes.
I know you're upset, but don't speak to her like that.
Not so quick to throw stones now, are you? Making out I'm the world's worst dad? All the time dripping poison in his ear. I bet you were the one topping up his pint glass.
We would never give a kid booze.
Then how come my boy never touched a drop before he came into contact with you, Pear?
We don't even have booze in the house.
Do I look like a mug?
It's true.
Of course it is. Because you're so moral.
No, we don't have it, Colin, because I'm an alcoholic.
Recovering alcoholic. She's been sober years.
And you had the gall to lecture me on bringing up my son. Well, this all makes sense now.
Sense?
Passing on a sickness. I'm warning you. If anything happens to him...
It's going to be on both of us, yeah. I let him down. You're right. And you have every right to be angry, OK? But you beat your son. You disowned him. And you ignored him when he was grieving. I'm just surprised this hasn't happened before, Colin. Do you want a drink? Please, can we not do this? I know what I said, but I know how devastating this is for you. I feel it too.
Marshall? Marshall, it's your dad here. It's Dad. You gonna come round, mate?
The CT scan was all clear.
Yeah, he just spoke. Does that mean that...
Another 24 hours and he should be over the worst.
Don't you ever scare me like that again. I thought I'd lost you.
We should give them some time alone, yeah?